Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 43, I think, of Rogues to Riches. So, last session we got cut off a little bit early due to some equipment issues that we had. Everything should be good now. Josh is not here, unable to play tonight, so his character Medina is hungover and just laying this one out. He's in no shape to really take part in any decision making right now. So, who was it that went over to the inn to collect the mirror and bring it back to the house?
It was me and Medina.
Oh, there's a problem. Medina's not going to be able to help. You're going to need someone else to help.
All right. Cole, Klaus, anyone?
Not me.
Do
Why?
we know it's a mirror? The mirror? We
Yeah,
know
they,
it's
Medina came and said there was a mirror for us to go pick up, and Antonio got all nervous about it. Something about from an old friend of y'all's.
yeah. I'd rather stay away from that thing myself.
So you just leave it at the bar then? Why are we bringing it here if y'all don't want it?
I don't know. I think it was a present to Antonio, wasn't it?
Oh well, then
Yeah, it was
screw
a
it.
present for
know.
Antonio, and the bartender doesn't want it sitting around his bar. He wants you guys to get it.
Well, this is on you all, not me. This is on Antonio.
Antonio, what do you have to say? You're muted.
Well, I think we should definitely take it out of the bar. I had asked that because I really can't carry it with my leg. I mean, I will if I have to, but
Oh, I forgot
we should
about the leg.
drag it around behind the back of the house, away from hidden from the town, because I have something I want to try, knowing who it's from.
Well, do you want to go up and throw something over top of it to keep it from us from getting the reflection, or is it covered right now?
It's already covered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's covered.
It's covered. Okay. In a box or just by a drape?
Just
I
by a
don't know.
drape.
Yeah.
That's not good. Floss, are you going to come and help us?
Yeah, I'll help you guys.
Okay, well, if you're going to take a chance, I guess I can take a chance.
We can wrap some rope around it and make sure it doesn't like come loose or anything. You are afraid to gaze into it.
Yeah, afraid is a good word for it. That's for sure. We saw what happened. If this is what we think it is, so yeah, rope is a good idea.
Okay. Bring the rope, some holy water, just in case. Let's go get this thing. I'm curious to see what it's all about.
Okay, so Antonio, you're chilling out at the house, yeah? While they go get it from the inn.
I am going to the back of the house, and do I even need that? Actually, we've collected some weapons and such over the time, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
We need them.
Probably a few.
Huh.
Why?
No, I'm just going to go to the back of the house, and while they're bringing that over, I'm going to find a large stone.
Okay. Cool. You can do that, no problem. So then Klaus, Sullivan Jack, Cole, you guys go to the non-spec inn. Bosard welcomes you. Gale limps by and smiles. So you're here to collect Antonio's mirror?
Aye.
Very good. It was looks like a very expensive gift. The man must have been very fond of him.
I wouldn't know.
He just kind of makes eyes and I don't know. Neither would I suppose, he says. So he'll take you to the back room. It's kind of like in dry stores, the bar. It's like I said, it's over a 6-foot tall mirror, probably 2.5, 3 foot wide, nearly, and it does have a white cloth thrown over it.
All right, I'll secure my rope around it if it's not already Because how did it get shipped here? Wasn't it already tied down, I assume?
I'm gonna grab one side to help lift it.
Yeah, it was brought with a wagon.
Right, we'll just make sure that it's not going to come loose while we're carrying it or getting it back to the house. Is it big enough that, 2 men can carry it, or should we put it on a wagon?
I'd say 2 or 3 men should be able to carry it, no problem.
All right.
It's heavy, but you're all stout men, right? What's your strength?
I got 9 strength, I
That's
think.
15.
Yeah, you're pretty strong. Cole's strong too, I'm pretty sure.
I'm actually surprisingly strong for a mage.
13. Control.
Oh, okay. Strength is
We're all
13 for
hardy
Cole.
men.
13 strength, yeah.
All right, that's +1. Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys can go, you can lift it up easily between the 3 of you. And you can carry it back to your house.
Let's carry it face down. You know what I mean? Where the mirror is looking at the dirt below us, not up at
Yeah.
us.
We should just go ahead and carry it on around back. That's where Antonio's preparing for it. I don't know what he's preparing, but he's doing something.
Very well. Let's get it done.
Now, Antonio, you were looking for like a rock or something. I have tools like a mallet and a crowbar if you just want to bash on it.
No, I want to try something first.
All right.
I don't want to waste any tools just in case.
Okay.
Anyways,
So
I'm
where
sorry.
about out back of the house are you going to do this?
So I'm gonna have them bring it to the back of the house. Let me think about how it looked on the map. So
Yeah, we're like up against the woods a little bit.
yeah, lay it up against the back of the kitchen wall there. That's the back of the house there. So lean it up back against that. And then I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on it. I'm going to lay the rock at my feet and cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
I'll
problem.
ask the gentleman to keep a lookout for any curious eyes before I do so. I don't need the villagers seeing me casting a spell. And then once I do that, I'm going to pick up the rock and going to hurl it against the covered face of it.
Against a covered face?
Right. I don't want to look in the mirror itself. I want to leave the cover on it
And smash it
hurl the
with
rock
the
at
rock.
the glass. Yes.
Cool. Yep. And it breaks into several pieces.
Okay. And then it still may not be safe, so please, I would ask you not to look into the face of the mirror. And then I will yank the cloth off and take a look.
You see a broken mirror, nice frame, and you see your reflection in all the broken pieces.
Is there any like written note on it or?
No.
Okay, pull it, turn it over and look at the back of it.
Okay, the glass all falls out into the ground. There's nothing.
Look at the back of the glass to see if there's anything.
No.
Look at the
It's
frame.
It's a nicely wrought mirror. This mirror was worth a lot of money before you smashed
Right.
it. The frame is still worth some money.
Sure, I'm not taking any risks though. All right, well I'm gonna. Okay, well I may have overreacted.
Is there anything strange carved like in the frame of it, the design or anything?
No, it's a pretty simple but still kind of decorative framing. It's probably, I'd say it's probably iron or steel.
Okay, well I guess can we have you haul it down, the frame down to the basement while I collect these shards?
All right.
And I will lay the cloth there and start tossing the shards onto it.
Start collecting the shards.
Give you a hand.
So your old enemy sends you a gift and you just throw it away.
Well, there is a reason behind this madness. A companion of ours, when we were raiding this wizard's tower, happened to look into a mirror, and he was sucked into another dimension. He was never seen again.
Oh, dear.
So rather
Dear
than
God.
risk harm to myself or others, I figured it was expedient to dispose of the mirror.
Well, maybe we could have just dispelled it with our holy magic, with our holy powers.
Problem is, a magic item they are persistent, and although you may be able to dispel its effects for a while, they eventually would come back.
I don't know, sir. The power of God is permanent. But we won't worry about it. You destroyed it.
Well, it is better this way.
I can't do it, but Klaus has strong enough faith to permanently dispel.
So when we get ready to move this frame, I want to put that cloth back around the frame before we touch it and move it.
I was using that to collect the
Are
shards. Yeah.
Well, let's throw in I'm going to go in the house and get a blanket off of one of the beds. Bring it out.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, don't want
In
to take
case there's
chances.
a poison needle or something in there.
Never
This
know
man-
with this.
What worries me more is that he knows where we live. This was sent here. He knows at least where I live.
And we're sure it was from him.
I doubt there are many who know the name of Calcidius.
It's a very unique name. Sounds almost Roman.
What is comforting, though, is, well, never mind. He knows where Antonio Valente lives.
And you say he's a powerful mage?
Yes, he was
Sorcerer?
apparently trapped in a circle of his own creation for half a millennia or so, as so he claims. And we attempted to dispose of him, and he escaped and cost me my leg in the process.
Is the house warded against such adversaries?
Oh, no. Powers such as that are beyond me at this point.
Well, that's not good. We need to protect ourselves.
Well, I don't know what kind of protections I can put up. And my lab is in the basement there. I fear any protection of the holy source would interfere with that work. The church is here, though. We have men of God living in the home. That may give him some pause.
Perhaps we should hang a large crucifix inside all the rooms. Know you like that idea.
Well, looking upon a crucifix is no terrible thing.
I'm just saying it.
It's the touch of holy water that does more.
Oh, well, we can do that. I could douse the doorways and stuff with holy water.
Oh, I shall build a new shack in the back then to live in.
Oh, is that going to be a problem for you?
It could.
So I guess we just need to be on the lookout for, what did this guy look like? An old man?
He appeared an old man last I saw him. Wizards are crafty folks, though. Who's to say he does not have some form of illusion to change his appearance? If he even is going to bother showing up anytime soon. The man has lived for centuries. He is patient, I'm sure.
This is not a good enemy that you all have.
No, it is not. No, it is not. They definitely botched that negotiation.
Stepping out of the game for a minute to refresh my memory, what was it that our benefactor wanted us to get from there? Did we give it to him, or did we get what needed to be done?
He didn't really want anything in there. Oh, he wanted the access to the library, I think.
Okay.
Or something like that. And we did clear out the hazards in there, and I imagine he sent people to go and clear it out after.
Okay.
Based on our recommendations and what needed to be done.
Okay. So in game, I'll kind of walk up to you and kind of whisper a little bit. We might want to let I can't think of the guy's name right now, but our benefactor,
Hmm.
though, because he may be, targeted
Indeed.
also.
Indeed. And there are things I need from the city as well. It might not be a bad idea to send him a message regarding this encounter, along with a shopping list for equipment.
Yes, if not him, and then at least his valet or his number
Indeed.
one man. Yeah.
He must be back from. He must have returned from. Well, we did receive the funds, so we know the guy has left Amsterdam. He's with. I'm sure he's with his master in the city now. I forget his name.
Yeah.
Henry VIII. That was it. Henry VIII.
Henry VIII is the guy who's looking
Yes.
after your Amsterdam and United Provinces accounts and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Your
I'm
investments
pretty
or
sure.
whatever.
Right. But we got our money from that, so I guess that's all done, right?
Yeah, if you didn't reinvest, yeah, it would be done. You're right.
Yep. We didn't.
So you no longer really have any need to connect to Henry VIII.
Right. Except for the horse that we still are looking for, or waiting on.
Did you have arrangements to transport it or anything?
I don't remember. Oh, you put the house in. Cool.
Yeah, kind of. I think it looks a little small though. I think it should be bigger.
Yeah, maybe probably about the size. I don't know how big those stables are.
Yeah, I fit it to the square that was already drawn on there, and then it's not very good resolution. If you
Right.
close up, it just kind of blurs out.
Well, it
Right,
gives us an
that's
idea
fine.
kind of as to where it is anyway.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good enough. Excellent. Oh yeah, that was a perfect little nook back there to do that smashing and casting.
Mhm.
That copse of trees.
Yeah, we could even have
Right
a little.
in view of the church.
We have a little hidden hideout in that little copse of trees there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the church does kind of look down the hill
Mhm.
in that direction, but
All right. There's a bunch of trees in the way.
Okay, so
All right. We definitely do. Yeah. So I need to. Let's see here. So let me look at my spell book thing here. Hold on. I'm gonna look that up. While you guys are talking.
Well, I need to buy a blank book and some writing utensils. I guess they don't sell that here in this town.
no.
So where's the nearest place?
Although, hold on a second. Actually, I don't have the proper book open, but I need to get it. Let me see. Do I have it even? It's been a while since I opened it. Because sometimes there are merchants who travel through the inn, remember?
Oh yeah, cool.
I just need to find out if there's anyone there right now. Okay, that's the one there. Cool, found my book. There. We are looking for the inn, right? So. Right. Currently at the inn, if you want to check to see if the merchant's around, there are 6 local farmers. And also 8 ruffians in leather armor. That could be mercenaries, bandits, soldiers, loyal to some nobleman. Who knows? But
I actually have a blank book. I don't have spare writing utensils though.
none of the merchants are in town at the moment. I apologize.
All right, I'm gonna ask the bartender Bassard.
Mm-hmm. Bossard, yep. Sorry,
If-
Bossard.
Next time a
Yes.
merchant in, if you could you pick me up a few things and I'll pay you?
Of course. What do you need?
Yeah, I'll give him my list. I need a blank book, quill and ink,
Ink, quill, blank book. Ooh, a blank book.
maybe some extra paper, some scholarly utensils, and if you can just grab that for me next time somebody's in town,
Sure.
and I'll check in. I'll pay you for it and give you a little extra for your trouble.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother. Amen. Bless your business and bless you and your family. Has
Thank you.
anybody been wounded lately? Hurt? That I should administer to?
No. No, everything's been fine while you've been away.
All right.
Oh, I do believe that friend of yours, Medina, he may have been harmed the other night.
In what
He was,
way?
well, he was spotted walking into the hamlet in the nude, beaten and bruised and bloodied.
Yes, we found him and took care of him.
Hmm.
I think he was drunk.
I believe that man has a bit of a devil in him when he drinks.
Indeed. I've been working on him.
Well, aside from him, I can't think of anybody else who's been wounded.
Okay. I'm just want to make my rounds through town, let people know that, you know, they're miracle workers back. If anybody needs anything from me, like check in with the father and whatnot.
Hmm.
We still haven't made, we still haven't talked to Gernot yet.
That's true. You have not. You had studied the book and learned what you could about it, what it was. You figured out that it was basically a layman attempting to figure out and translate the summon spell.
Oh, right. That's right. That was the other thing we had.
Yeah, do we even want to give him that? I don't think we need
No, I think we do actually, but I think we want to, like I had suggested before my mic crapped out of me or my headset crapped out of me, was taking the book and like tossing it to the ground, not with a terrible amount of force, but with like it fell out of someone's grasp while we were running, and then see what pages spill out.
Yeah, we wanted to damage it enough that he wouldn't be able to use it effectively.
Right.
So let's do that.
Right.
Get that taken care of.
Because that way we could destroy pages out of it without it looking like we deliberately did it.
That sounds cool to me.
Falling apart book anyway. It shouldn't be hard to.
And then we can burn. Yeah, we could just toss those pages into the hearth and get rid of them.
Works for me.
No reason he needs all of it, but most of it. Well, I mean, he's not going to be able to figure it out from there. But if he is a magic user, well then, we should be on our toes.
Keep an eye on him. Could be a benefit or a hindrance.
It's just something about you guys. You just attract magic users. Like you're like flypaper for magic users.
Man, you just gave me a great idea. Whenever we go give him the book.
I mean, there's Joop Van Ooms, who's some kind of a magic user or something. He does something weird. There was Hobbs, of course, who you met through Joop Van Ooms, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's Uravalon Calcidius.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I'm not one for, going after and burning magic users, but if they're like these friends and enemies of your all, I might have to change my policies. Bob's character sounds quite destructive and reckless. And now this Calcidius character.
He was definitely reckless. That is for sure. He was instrumental in rescuing our benefactor, though.
No, I mean, magic user or not, any man, we just have to, judge them as we see them. Got to watch out for everyone.
Indeed.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
So you fuck up the book.
Have Gernot
right
somewhere.
Take out maybe 10 pages or so.
Sure.
Stuff.
In various locations, not just in one spot.
Right.
Hey Jack, whenever you go to give the man the book, I would like to go with you. I have a little idea.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we should have him come here to get the book. We don't want to do that exchange out in public.
No, especially not in the tavern.
Luring him to the house. Or invite him to the house.
You can invite Deacon Gernot over?
Yeah, I'll go get him while you prepare the book. You're welcome to come along, Klaus.
I'm coming along. Whenever we go to give him the book, I want to shake his hand, and I'm gonna dip my hand in holy water.
It's not a bad idea. Sprinkle some on your hand and shake his hand.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
It is an interesting idea.
Well, don't do
Definitely.
that until we get him back to the house.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I'll wait.
That way, in case he decides to act, upset about it. All right, we'll go up there and go to the church, see if Brother Gernot's around. Check his shack.
I don't have any combat magic prepared at the moment. I was preparing for cleaning and whatnot, so I have 2 unseen servants, comprehend languages, couple invisibility, and 1 dispel magic left.
Okay.
I just have 3 cure light wounds prepared because I was gonna heal people in town if they needed it.
Jesus Christ, were you guys expecting a fight or something? You just haven't Deacon Gurnett over to pick up his book.
Right. Yep. So I'm not gonna go in.
Yes.
I couldn't learn any new spells at the moment, anyways. I had to wait till
Looks
tomorrow.
can
but-
be deceiving.
Who hurt you guys?
Brother Gernot is.
Let me get a
Weasley.
list for you.
Everybody describes him as Weasley, so we're just taking precautions.
He's kind
Yeah,
of
I've got-
Weasley looking. Yeah, I mean, jeez.
That's how that's what I got written down. Weasley.
I got 3 pistols, a bow and arrow, a sword, and a couple of knives. So,
I think we're good.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide in another
so
room.
you're going to get him, yeah, Jack? You're going to the church?
Yeah, me and Klaus will go up there and see if he's around.
He's
invite
actually
him down.
in the church.
Okay.
Well, yeah. What day of the week is it? Where's my freaking calendar? Do you remember what day of the week it is?
It was the 13th when we got back to town, and I think it's
This is
only
now the
like
14th. Yeah.
It's like a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
That I don't know.
I don't know.
Moon phase calendar. What year is it now? 1633 or 1634?
33.
Yep. My calendar is really slow changing months. Okay, here we go. April 14th. It's a Thursday. Okay, cool. Yep, he's just there hanging out in the church with Father, what's his name? Christopher, wasn't it?
Yep. Father Christopher.
Father Christopher. He's just hanging out in there. When you come in, he's putting on his best Weasley looking smile he can.
Hello, gentlemen. We've returned.
It's good to see. And Father Christopher just says, no one doubted that you would. Not much has changed in your absence, I'm afraid.
That's probably good. Brother Gernot, would you like to come down to the house and have some tea?
You invited both of them, or just?
No, I didn't.
I just
Brother Gernot.
Just Deacon Gurnett. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, and he kind of looks over at Father Christopher, and Father Christopher just kind of shrugs and says, "Well, go on." And so he does. Nobody's really invited Deacon Gurnett over for tea in all the months that he's lived here, or years he's lived here, I should say. Okay, yeah, so he'll walk with you, kind of wringing his hands. He says, "So, did you find the book?
Well, we'll talk about that in a safer area.
Did everyone make it back okay?
Yes,
Yes, thanks to our Lord.
And was it perilous?
indeed it was. Our lives were almost snuffed out.
Did you find the treasures of the church that I mentioned?
There was some things there of value.
Good. The only thing I'm interested in is the book.
Indeed.
Everything else
Well,
you may keep for yourselves.
We definitely got it. So
Very good. Very good.
let's get down to the house and we'll talk about it more.
Yep, he walks with you all the way to your house.
All right, we take him in.
Take him in.
Get him. Nah.
So the front door there comes into the common room.
It will take you. I assume we have like chairs and stuff here in the common room.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring him into the common room and who did you say we just have a handyman? We don't have a butler, just the
No.
handy guy.
Yeah, you just have a
Okay, so I
handyman.
guess
No, I take care of the cleaning.
The handyman is paid as a live-in, so I guess he stays here. Yeah. Does he have one of these rooms?
I think he only lives in when we leave. Otherwise, he's free to go as he pleases. 'Cause I'm sure. I think he has his own house.
But he lives
Well,
somewhere
where's the-
nearby. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
where's the front door?
Comes
It's
into
in
the
the
common room.
common area. Sits in the top right of the common area.
Oh, on the back side.
It's on the top middle of the map. You see the little white box in the gray?
Is that the? But on the map, we're facing the road, not the.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's on the southern side of the house.
Did you?
So
This is upside down in terms of the map, but
Oh yeah, you did. You put the map on the wrong side of the house, or sorry, you put the house on the wrong side of the road on the map.
Oh, I see.
It's
Well,
actually
that's
on the
where
other side where the compass rose is.
right,
That's
it faces
where,
north. Yeah.
Somebody else had already drawn that there.
Really?
Okay, I'll fix it up
Sorry
later.
about
On.
No worries.
I could probably do something fancy like this.
Yeah, because I don't know why it kept coming out with such crappy resolution on the house.
Let's see.
Something like that.
Yeah, and what is the length of the house?
Good question.
Match it up
It's
with.
like 70 feet or 40 feet, I think. Something 50. Let's see. So there's 3 rooms and they're 10 feet wide. 10, 15, 20. 10, 20, 30. It's like 50 feet long.
So you can match it up to that scale up top to get the right size. So yeah, if it's 50, it's 50.
Yeah,
That's better. How's that look?
We're
Something
gonna
like that,
want it.
yeah.
We need to have it go more to the left. That way, those trees will block us from the church, and the other tree that's on this side of the road will block us a little bit from the inn and the stable. So we have a little bit of privacy there. See what I'm saying? If it's over to the left more.
Like that?
Like there.
Yeah, something like that. That way, that one. Oh, that's not a tree. That's the compass I saw.
Right.
Okay.
And don't forget that right side of it, that's all underground.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The
good,
lab
good.
and the basement and all that.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good there because that kind of gives us a little privacy from the church, and you know
Not
what I'm
really,
saying.
but yeah, kind of.
Well, something.
Right.
In
We can
fact, it puts
pretend
you.
it
Oh, yeah,
does.
that's all
In fact, now
underground.
the inn is definitely not between you and the church, but that's fine. It's all good.
Yep.
All right, cool. So he's sitting down.
I
He
would
says,
look at.
he
Who's gonna
says,
make the tea?
milk
I
and 2
would make
sugars,
the tea.
please.
I would look at Jack Sullivan. I would be like, I would get the tea. You two can conversate.
Okay.
I will go into my room and retrieve the cloth wrapped bundle
Of broken shards.
of the cloth wrapped bundle of book.
Oh, sorry, that one.
Right.
I still
Bring
got
it
my head
out.
on, still got my mind on what you did to that beautiful
Oh.
mirror.
Right. No, those are in the basement. Those are all in the lab for future study,
Okay.
just in case.
So Cole
Yep, so
would
you
be
bring in the
in
cloth wrap bundle. He says, "Oh, Antonio, it's good to see you. You're getting quicker on that leg."
Yes. Well, when you're running for your life from an unkillable slime monster, you tend to learn to move quicker.
He says, what?"
Yes. So below the church was a maze of tunnels and passages and rooms. Some of them are incomprehensible. And haunting the place, a creature made of slime. We encountered it many times and put it down more than once, only for it to rise again moments later and continue its chase. Fortunately, after we have retrieved the book, to drop it, I fear some pain loss, but we have most of it. I do apologize for any damage that may have been caused to
You're holding
such
it
an
out to
ancient
him.
tome, and I put the bundle down on the little table in front of him.
He grabs it greedily and pulls off the cover and opens it, starts looking through it.
Now, Deacon Gernot, are you? What exactly do you know of this book?
Just that it's the memoirs of Agamot the Wizard.
And what do you plan to do with it?
Oh, we'll study it, perhaps preserve the knowledge and information that it contains to the annals of history.
And that doesn't contradict with your religious beliefs?
Why should it? We should know what the other side is capable of, should we not?
True, but this is, from what I've been able to garner just glancing at this, it's quite dangerous and should not be trifled with.
Well, all
And
magic and all knowledge in the wrong hands could be considered dangerous. Yours are not the wrong hands, are they, Deacon?
No,
I'm
of
just
course
letting
not.
you, I'm just letting you know, Gernot, that if your hands turn out to be the wrong hands, you might lose those hands. I'm just letting you know,
He
man of God.
cocks an eyebrow.
It's my duty as a man of God to protect this village from evil doers. So
What's your charisma?
it's 7.
Oh, that fits just right then.
Uh, Indeed. Well, no, you'll have no trouble from me. I promise, brother
So
Sullivan.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't, I
just
don't want to like. I just want to
pat
give
him
him a
on the arm
friendly
and
warning, a
sit
friendly.
down.
while they're doing this, Klaus will be making his tea, and then I'm gonna drop 2 to 3 drops of holy water in it, and I make sure to get some in my hand and come back and hand it to him, and make sure to touch his hands
Just
while I
make a
give it
whole
to him.
cup out of holy water, holy tea.
Like, here you go, brother. Please enjoy.
Very well. He drinks it. He doesn't burst into flames or anything.
Okay. Well, now we know, because yeah, I had some of that stuff in my hands too, so I made sure to grab his hands.
He does not react to it.
Okay. And yeah, like I would just sit by the table and just join the rest.
Okay. Yeah, he looks through the book. He closes it. Says, "Thank you very much for this. I am in your debt. Although I understand you did make out pretty handsomely on the journey."
Maybe that's
It was definitely quite educational.
yes. We learned a lot, and there were some artifacts. But I mean, I didn't get rich off this venture, but it's not really my concern. But you say you owe us one.
Brother
Do
Sullivan,
you,
is that your goal in life to get rich?
no, I said it's not.
Are you sure?
The Lord provides everything I need. I am rich in heart and spirit.
But the Lord does not provide money in vast quantities.
But I'm fed and I'm clothed and I'm housed. I don't worry about that.
Brother Sullivan may not have gotten rich on this venture, but I did find some coin to line my purse with. And I chuckle. I give him a wink. We are not
Very well.
hurting for
Yeah,
money in that
Antonio
moment.
made out on the trip pretty good.
Mm.
But so I don't know if you wanted to pay us. I'm sure we would take a payment. But if you have other things like this that come up, let us know. We could maybe do this again.
Of course. Payment, yes. Well, I am but a brother of the church. I don't have many coins to my name.
Well, perhaps you could pay us with like your service at some point. Maybe we need your help for something at some point in the future.
A favor.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Is that good with you guys?
The favor of a man of God is always worth having.
He wraps the book back up in the cloth, stands up from his chair and says, "Well, thank you very much." And he starts to kind of shuffle towards the door.
I'm
Deacon
gonna.
Gurnet,
Well, go ahead.
He stops and turns.
after you have taken the chance to read through the writings in that book, how would be pleased to discuss what your findings are. I am a man of scholarship as well. I do not unfortunately read ancient Greek, but well, I would be happy to discuss what you find in there. Should you wish to do so, of course.
Of course. Well,
I smile, my toad-like smile.
if you're interested in learning, he says, if you're interested in learning, I would be happy to help you. That's something I could offer.
Oh, indeed. I do have knowledge of Latin, but ancient Greek would most definitely be a boon in my studies as well. There's many scholarly works in that language.
Yes, I'd be interested in that as well.
You merely
Greek.
need access to the right books and perhaps a tutor who can assist you.
Well, maybe that
Well,
can
then.
be your payment to us. Teach us
would-
Greek.
Indeed. I would be most
Absolutely.
interested.
Father Christopher
us-
will let us use the church,
Hmm.
or I could offer lessons here if you like.
That might be more comfortable for us. We do have writing utensils and such.
And your kitchen stores are more luxuriously filled, shall we say.
Indeed, they are. Perhaps we'd be able to offer you other libations in a future visit.
He cocks an eyebrow, nods, and walks out the door.
Well then, I think that went rather well. You touched him with holy water, did you?
I did. I even put some on his tea.
Oh goodness, I'm glad I didn't drink some. Well, he
Just
clearly
his
is not.
cup.
Well, clearly is not tainted by chaos. So,
Well,
I still don't
Antonio,
trust him, but I feel a lot better that we got rid of some pages out of that book because
Yeah,
God knows
definitely.
what he could have done with it.
Troll, who's been hiding inside the bedroom that's next to the front door and the living room, he's looking out the window, trying to see what the guy's doing. Did the guy just leave, or did he stand outside to listen?
No, he left and he's walking straight back towards the church.
Okay, then he'll walk out to the front room.
Antonio, you're not going to burst into flames if you walk into a church, are you?
oh no, I've been in church many a time.
Okay.
I go each Saint's Day, if you recall, for the high holidays. I don't want to keep up some appearances, but no, I do not take communion. I do not allow the holy water to touch me.
That's fine. But just, if we have to go in the place, I don't want you squirming or anything.
Well, as uncomfortable as I may be in there, I am able to enter.
Not sure about inviting him on a regular basis into the home with what's below the home and the people that are in the home and the things that happen to us who live in the home.
Well, I don't plan on letting him into the basement anytime soon, so.
Well, not that, but very well.
Well, I'm thinking brother or Deacon Gernot, I don't want to bring him into our inner circle, but since he knows a little bit about other things, we might be able to use him in the future, but keep him at a distance.
Yes.
I still don't trust him, but I'd like to have use of his skill.
Yeah, keep a close eye on him.
I understand, Cole. If it does make you uncomfortable, then perhaps it would be best if we do our studies at the church rather than here.
Well,
you can always bring him a bottle.
It was just a suggestion. It was just a suggestion.
It's a good extension. It's a good suggestion.
Yeah, we should limit visitors.
Nice having visitors occasionally, but if somebody's here often, our guard may come down and a distraction may come up and he may want to snoop around. I don't know the fellow that well as and you folks even do, which is not much. So
true, and considering his greed for this book, this memoirs, yeah, that might be a wise decision to limit his access to the home. I agree. I agree with your
come up
reservations
with an excuse that either somebody's sick or that they're cleaning the house that day, and then from that point on, just do it wherever you guys are going to do it.
Speaking of cleaning, we have been gone for about a month, was it?
No,
At least 2 to 3 weeks.
few weeks, yeah.
Well, it's been a few weeks since any real cleaning has been done, so I will summon up some unseen servants, 2 of them, and tell them to clean, dump all the dust out, clean the place top to bottom.
Okay.
Now, there's a use of magic that I can endorse.
I imagine since they're just like a magical force, they just kind of like float around and like little dust devils of dirt, just suck it up and then spit it out the door or out the window, or destroy it, or do something with it. I don't know how they do it.
Like Fantasia, how the brooms would go and clean up the place.
Yeah, they could be used to clean, mend things, carry light items. They can't pick up more than like 20 pounds. They can't be used for combat at all. They can't be killed. They just clean.
Relying on spirits to do your cleaning makes for a lazy man.
Oh, you're welcome to pick up a broom and clean the house yourself. These unseen servants will do a much better job of it, I assure you.
Okay, then. Witchery.
They'll even suck the dirt right out of your clothes if you leave them in the hampers.
How bizarre.
Indeed.
Will they do laundry?
Yeah, they clean, they mend. Yep.
Wow. Cool.
You don't have to take your clothes off. They just suck the dirt right out.
Well, I imagine you probably wouldn't want to be wearing it. Or there'll also be like a magic, I don't know if there'd be a magic save or something like that.
Maybe it might be a little fun wearing it while they do it. Who knows?
I'll thank you not to, do such things to my creatures.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I wouldn't be having dalliances with invisible spirits. So
Unseen servant, they last.
Unseen blowjob.
Speaking of dalliances, it has been a while since we've had any dalliances.
6 turns plus 1 turn per level, so it's 12 turns. So that's what, 2 hours each?
Yeah.
Oh, they can lift 20 pounds, drag 40 pounds. They cannot attack in any way. They can run and fetch things, open unstuck doors, hold chairs, clean, mend. Simple tasks. So just tell it to clean the house.
Very handy.
Can you immediately
I guess
dispel
it's better
them?
than a servant who could spy and gossip.
Can you immediately dispel them if somebody came to the door?
Well, they're unseen, so they're invisible.
Oh, but you're not
stop working.
Right,
but if things start moving around the house, that might be kind of freaky, you know.
Well,
tell them to stop working when guests are nearby.
Yep. But as for now, I'm just sending them off to clean. There's 2 of them. It's not that huge of a house, so they'll be able to clean everything in 2 hours.
We're fine. Yeah,
it's 4 hours worth of work. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's evening, right?
It was late afternoon when he busted up the mirror, so yeah, by now it's probably getting into the evening.
Okay. Doubtful
ready
anybody
for
would
dinner.
come out.
Indeed.
That's what we're missing. We don't have somebody that's a really good in cooking skills, I don't think.
No, I
You
don't.
can give it a try. What do you want to cook up? What do we got? Potatoes?
Big potatoes, turnips, the whole nasty lot. I don't know if they had did they have potatoes in England at that time?
Sure.
I'd imagine so. Am I muted? No, okay. Yeah, I'd imagine they would.
So we get some water boiling and put it in there.
The potato arrived in Europe sometime before the end of the 16th century.
Oh.
First in Spain around 1570 and second in the British Isles between 1588 and 1593.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Google.
Do any of us know how to fix them? It's just some boiled potato with no seasoning.
Well, you skin the potato, you cut it up, you toss it in a pan with some butter and salt, and there you go.
Do we have this stuff in the pantry? Are we stocked up on salt and butter and whatnot?
We probably don't have any perishables in there. Mostly like long-lasting stuff.
What would be perishable? Butter?
Butter.
Butter, milk.
We need. You know what? We
You
probably
you
would have.
you live in a hamlet surrounded by farms, so
Exactly. So that'll be easy to pick up, but not today.
I would assume probably in our, which we forgot all about in our plans, we would have had a cellar of some sort of, a
Yeah.
root cellar that we would keep cold things in that we need to keep vegetables and things
That
like
whole
that.
basement
Yeah.
is below ground and stone lined, so it holds in the cold.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that front part is not
Yeah.
secret.
That's
There
all
we
a big
go.
wide open area there.
Yeah. Butter would probably stay there if it was,
It's like a 20 by
Hardened
20
up.
foot area.
yeah, you could totally have butter there.
Okay. Cool. So, I mean, maybe we could just exaggerate that we have some kind of fowl or something that we either bought or somebody got and it's been hanging up outside and we take it in and cook it. I mean, we had to have some kind of meat around.
Right. That's what the whole
Taco.
monthly like the living expenses thing is
exactly.
about.
Exactly.
Foods and such. We may not have gourmet food, but we have food that's
Right.
sustainable. I was watching some show recently and they're talking about like peasants and their cooking in this time period. And like the porridge pot just like sat on the fire for years and you would just fill it up over and over again with stuff. Like they eat really shitty food.
I saw some recipe from the 1600s. It was coffee eggs. You mix coffee and eggs and sugar and then cook it and it comes out like a jello, a coffee flavored jello. It's like, ew.
Sounds disgusting.
Yeah, that was like a treat. Let's have some coffee eggs.
Delectable.
But they did have coffee, so
Yep, lots of stuff. Yes, we have our sustainability here. We got food.
all right, well, I don't know if any of us can cook. I was just joking about boil up a potato and eat that raw because I don't know how to cook.
We're good at we don't know enough about it to be able to survive.
We could get the winch from the bar to come cook for us.
Oh, I don't know that I want her traipsing around the house tempting all of you men.
You could
Well,
hire
she
a
probably-
cook. How much does a cook cost?
Good question.
Well, what's that woman's name at the bar?
Gail?
Gail.
Yeah, she kind of has a thing for me. She'd probably come cook for me for free.
She has a thing for you? Are you
She-
sure?
Came on to me that one day.
When?
Think she has a thing for anything. They have something with the
She
thing
did
between the
not.
legs.
She's not that.
She
She's not
thought you
that
could
kind of
get her
girl.
leg.
No, she was looking at me specifically. She batted her eyes and invited me into her room, but I refused because
She invited you into her room. I don't remember this at all.
A servant
well,
would
that's
be.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, if we wanted to cook, it'd be looking at a servant. That's 42 silver living.
Like
per month.
taking with me.
I think we could manage cooking. I mean,
Yeah.
or we could buy food from the inn, or we could buy food from somebody that's cooking it for their family, and we go by or they come by and give us that night's meal or whatever. Be cheaper probably than having a servant on board.
It's even cheaper just to cook ourselves. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't
let's
need
do
to
that.
get into too nitty gritty on it.
We cooked when we were camping and going
Yep.
across the continent. So
I'll just eat my rations.
Oh yeah.
beans.
All right.
Yeah, so after dinner, I'm going to go and sleep in my bed again.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your constitution?
Mine?
Yeah.
Is 10.
Okay, cool. And what's your save versus paralysis? Paralyzation, whatever it's
Is
called.
11.
Yeah, why don't you roll that?
All right. Oh boy. God dang. I'm going to turn into a frog, aren't I?
Oh man.
I have to roll over or under.
You want to roll equal to or over.
I failed. I rolled a 3.
Okay. You have horrible, horrible nightmares
Great.
all about Uravalon Calcidius.
Amazing.
And
So
mirrors.
I do not get a full night's restful sleep then, so no studying spells for me. Oof.
You even see God damn, what's his name? What's the name of the guy who died in the mirror?
Oh,
Andres.
Andreas. Thank you.
Andreas. Yeah.
You see him in your nightmares as well.
Good lord.
Usually in the reflection of a mirror, though.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't know what I can do about this. Unless we try and track that wizard down and kill him. All right. Well, I have a shitty night's sleep then.
All right. Morning of the 15th. It's the first half of the moon, or whatever it's called. What do you call it? The first. Yeah. It's quarter moon anyway. Or half moon. I mean, half moon. What are you guys gonna do? Do you want to just fast forward through some time?
Probably not a bad idea. I do want to prepare a letter for Yoop and a shopping list for Henry VIII for lab equipment to be delivered to Nansbeck. The letter to Yoop about the mirror and Calcidius.
Have them include some furniture with the lab equipment. That way it looks like we're getting furniture in instead of just a bunch of,
Chemicals
things. Yeah,
and
things
glassware and
You're getting the lab equipment from
London.
from Amsterdam, yeah. Oh no,
it'd be from London.
Right. Okay, sure.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to have to ship it across the channel. I'm sure it says it has to be. You just need to get it from a large city.
Because Henry VIII is still in Amsterdam.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll prepare those lists for them for both of them. Send it all to you. Okay. Let's see here. So let's see. Hold on here. I want to bring up a picture of the house. All right. So let's see here. 2, 3. And it's 50 gold per silver.
50 silver per gold, but yes.
Right. All right. So
Are you putting together your order?
Yeah. So it's like for every 10-foot space, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 areas down there that I could fill up. But if I do like 3,000 silver pieces worth of area, that'd be 60 gold.
Okay.
So I imagine there's going to be some breakage along the way. So I should probably do 4. Try and fill 4 areas of my lab.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense to have some backup extra.
Right.
Okay. So how much is it going to cost?
80 gold.
80 gold.
For all of that. Yep. And I have plenty. I've got like 317 gold in my chest. And that's not to mention what we have from those lists.
Oh, yeah.
From that other stuff.
Problem. Yeah, I know you have the money. I'm just trying to think of how much the lab value would be. You're going to record all this, yeah?
Right.
Cool.
Yep, I got it on my sheet here.
Good stuff.
Laboratory.
Because I know for some of the stuff that you'll do with that laboratory in the future, it's going to be important to know the value and all that.
Exactly. So yeah, so I want to buy, yeah.
You're getting all this stuff sent down from London.
Right.
I'll give him the money for a good bed, not something fancy, but a good bed to sleep on. We need something to kind of camouflage what he's buying. So a good bed would be one thing.
Okay. Yeah. You want to order a nice bed?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, comfortable.
Antonio. Oh, is that for Cole?
That's for me. I'm
sorry.
Anybody else that wants to order one would be a good time to do it to camouflage what else is coming in. So.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Anybody else want to get any fancy furniture?
No.
I was gonna say I'm a gypsy. I don't need none of that shit.
Oh yeah, I want a nice chair. something that I can rest in the evening.
So I want to go
Okay.
talk to the blacksmith and get a spear made.
Let me see here. What would a nice bed cost? Okay. We would look at, right. Let me go back and see here. How much were you guys paying rent before? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so a good bed, I'm going to say, will cost you around 40 silver pieces.
Okay, refresh me on how many silver to a gold.
50.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure before I marked it off.
I guess
You
you
said
would really
four.
want to get a really fancy one with all the stuff. It would probably cost a bit more.
No, I
Let's
just
make
want
it.
something comfortable.
40 silver pieces. That's not gonna. I suppose it's gonna cost more if you're gonna throw in like comforters and pillows and all that stuff, cushions, etc. So let's call it. Let's call it 75 silver pieces in the end. But that's with all your bedding, sheets,
Yeah,
blankets,
we
whatever.
already got that, I guess, if we have beds. So I'd rather just go for a comfortable bed and
Oh
not worry
yeah.
about
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, make
Nobody's
it.
gonna see it.
Then yeah, make it 40 silver.
40 silver. Okay, gotcha.
And you were getting a chair, you said, Antonio? A nice chair?
Yeah, something to rest in of an evening.
Okay, let's call it, we'll call it 30 silver pieces.
All right.
It's cozy. It's a good one.
So that's 4,030 silver pieces.
It's like one of the ones you could have pulled up in front of the hearth and you'd sit in there smoking your pipe, reading some
Exactly.
book.
Right.
All of this stuff, though, getting all this delivered stuff, I think is going to probably take a couple of months.
Probably. I expected that much.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, there it was. Get it. Okay, so a couple months will pass until he gets into, we'll call it into the last week of June. Let's roll here.
I was gonna ask, whenever the whole time we're waiting, I will be helping some of the farmers and trying to learn more about farming and all that crap and taking care of livestock and whatnot.
Okay.
I want to get a spear made with this head of the spear at the blacksmith.
Okay, you get him make you a spear shaft
Yeah, and mount it
and
on there
mount
for
the head on there for you. Right. How much does that cost? Here we go. It's going to cost you 6 silver pieces.
All right.
Okay.
Very good.
It's going to be the 20th of June, 1633. Now, were you taking for the last couple of months studying ancient Greek with Deacon Garnet?
Yes. Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
talking about if he's teaching you guys and I teach you too, you guys can learn twice as fast.
Hmm.
Well,
So like he could,
not
um,
necessarily. I mean, they still, your memories are going to retain so much,
I
Right.
just figured
Yeah.
double the lessons.
It's cool. Still, work away at a couple of months. What I'm going to call for is an intelligence roll from each of you who are studying
Okay.
that.
And this you want to roll under, right?
You want to roll equal to or under?
Yep. I rolled a 7.
Okay. You get Ancient Greek in your own languages. Speaking it would be pretty rough, but you can kind of
Right.
read
Well,
it. You're learning how to read
nobody
it.
really speaks those languages, so
I got
Yes, but
13.
you're
I
right.
rolled an 11. I made it.
Okay. Yep. You also could write Ancient Greek on your languages. Wow. I just realized Josh isn't here today, right? So I was going to make him roll a carousing for every day that he misses.
mhm.
He just missed like over 60 days.
Right? Oops, no. That'd be so unfair.
It's
He'd be
now
dead.
June. It's the 20th of June, 1633.
He'd just be some worn out husk hanging from a tree, missing half his bones by the end of that.
So,
So, what about that Klaus and Antonio was going to be teaching? I was going to learn, I think it was either Latin or Italian from Antonio, and Klaus was supposed to be teaching me. What languages did you know? Your primary one, Klaus? Spanish? Was it Spanish or was it? What's your other language? Your language?
Oh, you mean when I was teaching you guys German, or you guys wanted to learn German?
Yeah, German. Yeah, okay, then it was German then.
okay.
That had been going on for a while now since we came to this town.
Right. You already got English now, right? Everybody has English.
I had
Right.
English since I was
Yeah.
born. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So go ahead and make an intelligence roll, Cole. What was Antonio teaching you? Was it Latin or Italian?
Italian.
Yeah, he was teaching us Italian. Do I need to roll on that too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I learn Italian as well?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Roll a d20.
Made it.
Made it. Write it down. You've learned a bit of Italian. This is the
I,
advantage of being in like an international adventurers group, right? How'd you do, Cole?
I had a
Well,
10 in intelligence. I rolled a 14.
You don't pick it up, unfortunately. But roll again anyway for the other one, for the
Okay.
German.
I'm pretty sure I fell because I got a 1.
Rolled 19.
You rolled a
I made it.
19.
No, one is
No,
what
you failed to
you
pick.
want.
You failed to pick up on German either.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
he's just lost on languages.
He's not
You
doing
wanna
so
roll.
good.
Yeah,
Klaus,
you want to roll under.
Roll a 1.
you rolled a 1. That's great. What were you learning?
Italian.
Yeah, write it down.
For
Okay, I
German.
don't know how to roll over. Sure.
No, you want to roll equal to or under for a skill check or a ability score check. Sorry, a skill check.
For German, it's the first time I'm hearing it. Can I just roll my skill to see if I already know it?
Oh, well, yeah, definitely then.
Oh, I've rolled a 1, so I know German
Cool.
already.
Nice.
All right, there you
Like
go.
all polyglots here.
Shut up.
Got 7 languages now.
Shut up.
Oh, you can roll dice in Zoom chat?
No, I copied the thing from the
Oh,
dungeon.
I was like, how the hell did you
Put
do
it
that?
there.
For a second, I thought you rolled that 1d20 in group
Oh,
chat.
that was, yeah, for a second there, I was like, oh, that's awesome. How do you do that?
Yeah, I would put my hand on Cole. I would be like, don't worry, we'll keep studying. You'll learn eventually.
Okay, so that's a couple months past. Now let's do some expenses. Couple more months past. Oops, sorry. I think we were all caught up before. So.
I've already taken the money for the ship, for the lab equipment and the stuff off my sheet, so I'm all ready for it.
How many people have horses at stables?
All of us.
Okay, each of you? All 4 of you? 5 of you? Medina?
All 5 of us, yeah.
Okay. So that's minus 50 silver pieces each, or it's 15 silver pieces each. And food supplies, another 50 silver pieces. Sorry, double that. So it's 30 silver pieces for stabling, 100 silver pieces for food and supplies each.
Now, do we have
Hold
group
on.
loot?
There's another expense still to come. Fuck. How am I going to do this? I don't have Medina's character sheet, so I'll just write a note here. Medina.
Yeah, we didn't split that loot up yet.
Because I don't have any money.
We'll get there.
Oh, well, yeah, because we're going through 2 months of expenses, so make sure you do have money. You owe 130 silver pieces in stabling and food and supplies.
Yeah, I got
Plus,
that.
plus, that's not the end of it. There's going to be more.
Let me know at the end what your total is. I'll help you out with that. And we also have that loot to split. So
Also, you have to pay 112 silver pieces to your handyman.
okay, I'll take care of that myself.
Take care of that yourself. Okay, it's 112 silver
Yep.
pieces for the 2 months. And I think that's about it.
How much was the book and the writing utensils for me? Because I can pay for
Oh,
that.
right,
myself.
yeah, you would have got those for sure. It wouldn't have taken 2 months. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Book blank. So the blank books would cost you 20 silver pieces for 2 of them, right?
Sure, that's
Was it?
steep.
It's 10 silver pieces each.
All right.
And what else was there?
Ink and quill.
Ink and quill. Sorry, yeah. Where the fuck is that? Sorry, I don't see quill. Or is it just under ink? Ink. Okay, ink is 5 copper pieces a vial.
I think it's
So
under writing
Okay.
utensils.
that's two vials per silver piece, basically. To write down however many you wanted to get over the couple months. And
Yeah, you can make your own quills.
yeah, I don't see quill on here. But somebody's raising chickens. You're surrounded by farms.
Right.
You're probably getting chickens in your weekly food supplies. So
Not too terrible to get flight feathers from that.
Mhm.
Goose would probably be better, but I'm sure.
Anything
that
else? Any other things anybody's buying? Oh, Medina was the one getting armor made, wasn't he?
Right.
God damn it.
Well, you can work on that when he gets back.
His armor should be done, I think, right? I can't remember how long I told him the armor would take. I
He
did say
said
it
it
was
was a
going to be
couple
like
months.
2 or 3 months, wasn't it?
Right.
Okay, cool. Check on armor. I'll just write that there so he doesn't forget. Okay, cool.
Well, hopefully he paid for the armor before you got robbed.
So from our trip into the dungeon, we had 469 silver pieces and 4,350 silver pieces worth of jewels. Split 5 ways, that would come to 963.8 each.
You say that again?
So if we sell after we liquidate all the jewels and get it just into silver, it comes to 963.8 silver each. I don't know what the 0.8 is. It how many copper to a silver?
10 copper to a silver.
So there you go. So 963 silver, 8 copper. Only
Okay.
10 copper to a silver, not 100.
Correct.
Because
10
somebody
copper
put
to a
that in
silver,
gold.
50 silver to a gold.
Excellent.
I have one other question. Is my spear now some magical spear of destiny that pierced the side of Christ, or is it just the regular spear?
I mean, as far as you know, I guess it's a spear, right? What's the page reference on that again? Here it's. I opened up right to it.
That's
Actually, never
page
mind. Nope, I opened up right to it.
28.
It has no unique properties as a physical object.
Damn it, I've been gypped. Fine, I got a spear.
However, what Sullivan Jack might not be aware of, but you can be aware of, Mark, is that the spear, all enemies are considered unarmored when it comes to hit.
Oh,
It's able to hit and damage any foe, no matter what its physical composition or immunities.
oh, that's nice.
Also, do you wield it in battle?
I will
Right.
to test it out,
Oh, you'll go out and test it out,
and then if it's
just
good,
try,
I'll use it.
like just a sparring session or something kind of thing.
Yeah, or somebody's an animal or a bandit or
Okay.
something.
All right. Cool. Change your alignment to chaotic, and you are forever unable to benefit from cleric spells
What?
or spell effects from items. Spell effects from items and scrolls will work, but you can no longer benefit from cleric spells. You lose the ability to cast. You lose your connection to God, and you are now chaotic.
What the hell?
Wow, really?
Yes.
God cursed me.
So it's a fighter now.
Yeah, what, I'm stuck as a fighter, basically? Or do I still level up as a cleric? I just can't use spells?
Exactly. You're a
Oh,
chaotic
no.
cleric. Shunned by your own god.
Well, I'm
Does that
devastated.
mean if I heal him, it won't work anymore?
It said irreversible. Let me double check this again. I'll read it verbatim for you.
Irreversible?
Let me read it verbatim so we can make sure we get the right interpretation. Now I am not turning right to it, am I? No. Find this fucking thing. There it is. Okay. Anyone wielding the spear turns irreversibly chaotic and forever unable to benefit directly from cleric spells. All those spell effects from items and scrolls will work.
Wait, it says I can't benefit from cleric spells. That means Klaus can't heal me or cast a spell on me.
Mm-hmm. So you could still cast spells, but spells just won't work on you.
Wow,
Oh.
that's harsh.
I can't
Okay.
use my own spells
I accept
to
that.
help
I
myself.
accept that.
So I can't benefit from cleric spells, but I can still cast them on other people.
Yep. You might want to write that down on your character sheet somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah. What the hell?
Wow.
You cannot be
And
blessed. You cannot be healed.
that's gonna suck.
So
But
how could he get his spells if he can't cast them upon himself? How could he even?
See, that's the
just says you
thing.
can't
Because
Yeah,
he's
benefit.
that's
chaotic
weird.
now,
The
right?
thing is he's chaotic. And I think clerics have to be lawful.
That's what it says.
Does it say they have to be lawful, or does it say they usually are lawful? What
It
does it
just says
say?
all clerics are lawful.
All
like to
clerics are
begin with.
lawful. Clerics must be lawful. It's right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So so you're not a cleric anymore.
Wow.
That's my judgment. You're no longer a
I
cleric.
wasn't trying to come down on it or anything. It was just trying
In
to make
fact,
sense of it.
here's what
Yeah.
we'll do. This will be an interesting experiment. You're no longer like what level cleric were you?
I'm currently level 4.
Okay, you were level 4. You can keep your hit points. You lose all your spells. But you're now a first level fighter or specialist or magic user, your choice.
So I go back to first level, but I keep my hit points.
Yeah, you're still a 4th level cleric, but you no longer you can't do really any cleric stuff, unfortunately. You can't make holy water. You can't. In fact, holy water burns you now too.
But can I be healed? Like if Klaus tries to heal me?
No, you can never benefit from cleric spells.
Damn it.
You can't. You're no longer a cleric, and you can never again benefit from cleric spells. You can be harmed by a cleric spell, but you can't benefit from one.
So
Right.
sacrifice wouldn't work either. Uh-huh.
No.
Wow.
But if somebody were to cause like harm instead of heal, that would work.
Well, I'm having
benefit, right?
an existential crisis here, so I just break down and renounce God and start worshiping Satan and become a magic user.
Okay, you're first. You're now
Whoa.
a first level magic user.
What the fuck?
Wow. I don't worship the devil.
This is fucking nuts.
God condemned me. He didn't like my actions. He didn't like where I was going with this. I was about to start a new religion, and
And you
now
still have this. You still have the Spear of Longinus too. I mean, that still works.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah. And what was that? It was it treats enemies as unarmored, and it can damage any type of foe. Was that it?
Correct. It can attack
Okay.
any type of foe, no matter what their immunities, and it can. It treats all enemies as unarmored. It ignores all armor, basically.
Okay.
It's pretty
Sweet.
badass,
With a huge price, though.
but it comes with a
Wow.
cost.
And since I was a Christian and I believe in Satan, I now worship Satan.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm digging the vibe.
I got a question. What would have happened if, say, I picked it, that Cole picked it up, that who's a fighter? What would
Then
have
you
been
would have
the
been
consequences?
Then you would have been a chaotic fighter.
Oh, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
I wondered about
Fighters
that.
don't have to be any alignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the cleric that was going to get screwed.
That was fucking awesome.
Glad you don't like clerics. There's one. Now I'm not one anymore. That's funny.
Oh,
And then with that book that Antonio's got, where you can go around erasing cleric spells from their brain.
You know, you can still make a cult. You can just lie to them.
Yeah.
Use
Yeah,
different
I'm
types
still
of
going to go
magic.
ahead with my church
Wow.
plan, my new religion. I'm just, it's going to be,
it's gonna be
evil
satanic.
now. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is great. I see you like wearing corpse paint around town.
During that downtime, while he is being stripped of his cleric hood, I would have been looking into the book in those 4 parts because I've got 6 spells in there to figure out what they are.
Okay, yeah, well, let's do that. Let's do that.
Right. I mean, there's 2 months in there, right? Easily, I can do the read magic.
Oh yeah.
Cast 3 read magics a day. It'll
Yep.
take me 2 days.
The nightmares stop after a few days.
Good.
After a few nights pass and Calcidius doesn't show back up to murder you in your sleep or anything.
I would cast Bless on him every day to help him do his thing.
Well, if I say anything about it, I'm not gonna talk
You're
about
not?
it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be haggard and
Do we any
Tired
of
for a
us
while.
notice that maybe he's looking more toadish as the months go by,
Oh.
or is he just the same?
No, he's the same, but you definitely notice that he looked more toadish after the dungeon for sure.
Yeah, we got that already.
After the whole frog thing, but he hasn't been getting increasingly worse. No.
right.
So you had 4 parts of that book, right?
Right. There were
Okay.
4 first level spells,
1 second level spell and 1 third level
1
spell.
third.
Mhm. Okay. So I'll tell you what they are. Now they could be spells you already have, right?
Right.
First level spells are Spider Climb.
All right. Hold on a second here. I had that. Just put a little B next to it for the book. Okay, so I got 2 copies of that. All right.
Floating Disc.
Oh, I don't have that.
Ready for it more?
Oh, yep.
Fairy Fire. And Detect Magic. All right.
Just a second. I had 2 of those already. Excellent. That's 2 new spells.
Second level spell is Force of Forbidment.
Got that already. All right.
The third level spell is Haste.
Oh. Awesome.
Well, Antonio, do you want an apprentice?
I guess I have one now.
You
Interesting.
forgot to say Hell Satan.
During
Yeah,
the 2
okay.
months, I'd say you could teach him to do his first level spells. Basically, he's a first level magic user. Now
One
we're
spell.
gonna roll randomly for his spells list anyway, because it's possible that maybe in his studies he learned how to cast something that you didn't know how. You know,
Right. The one
Why not?
spell he automatically will have is read magic.
read magic. Yep. And what does he get? 4 first level spells at first level?
I don't remember.
I think it is.
One, or it's 1 slot.
It's 1
Yeah, you only
slot,
get
but
to
you get
cast
4
one.
spells.
Yeah.
So your spells are Magic Missile,
All right.
Identify.
I'll be right back.
Identify, I guess, makes
Okay.
sense since maybe you're helping him get his lab ready. Shield,
All right.
and Message.
So magic missile's all I really needed.
Yeah,
Luckily,
it looks like Antonio, whether he did it on purpose or not, taught you one of his personal favorites. But you get to describe your magic missiles as looking however the hell you want your own signature magic missiles to look. They don't have to look like his.
yeah.
It's
work
quite
on
an interesting development in your character, Sullivan Jack.
it. Yeah, just suddenly. I'm taken aback.
Talk about a major paradigm shift.
I guess it makes sense. It's like this is the spear that hurt Christ, and if I'm going to wield it, I guess I shouldn't have done that.
It's interesting for sure. And I think actually shifting straight to the opposite, going straight to a magic user, makes sense. You're chaotic. Why not make it worthwhile?
Yeah, and I still want to use books and magic and spells and stuff, so I can still pretend to be a priest, and that's what I.
Oh,
The
nice.
town still knows me as the miracle worker.
Yeah, they still remember the time you healed those guys or that guy.
So, gameplay wise, then I guess I would have sensed his brush with the peering into the abyss and realizing that there was something looking back at him.
Mm-hmm. What's your intelligence, Sullivan?
13.
13, yeah. He's
Good.
smart. He's definitely smart enough to be a magic user. Cool. All right. An eventful couple of months. What about you, Cole?
Yeah, he wants to have been working with his plant over the time.
Okay.
He has time.
As long as you give it blood again.
Yeah.
And then keep it. Let me see here.
In the sunshine, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that. Let's double check. Do you remember the page number for that one?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll find it. It's got to be one of these here. The plant. If exposed to sunlight, it will come back to life after being fed blood, instantly growing lush green leaves. Following a full day's exposure to sunlight after having been fed blood, it will bear fruit. All right.
Okay.
So it begins to bear fruit.
What does it look like?
It's kind of like an apple.
I know what that plant is. And I knew it from the time we seen it. Am I smart enough? I mean, am I going to be stupid enough to eat the fruit or not eat the fruit?
If it's brought inside or covered in any way, even momentarily, then that means it has not gained a full day of sunlight. Okay, cloudy or stormy skies do not interrupt the plant's absorption of sunlight. So you got to leave it outside. You plant it outside the house. Right. Otherwise, every time you bring it inside, it dies.
So when the fruit looks like it's ripened enough, I will pluck the fruit from the tree or the bush, whatever you call it, plant. But it looks like an apple, huh?
It's a tree, yeah. It's kind of like an apple tree.
And
it's not quite an apple. It's like more of a golden hue.
Smell it.
It smells sweet.
Dang, I'm so close to being
sweet and wholesome.
I don't want to die, but then again, I don't want to be too cautious.
You bite into the flesh and eat away. And it's so good, you just end up chowing down this entire apple-like thing. It's juicier than an apple though, and it's a little bit more. It's a little bit softer. And you don't get hungry for the rest of the day. You're full right up until the next day.
Oh, that's good.
Eating one of these apples counts as a full day's rations.
Ah. And so it's a tree, so it would produce more than just one at a time.
Yeah, probably.
Eventually.
I wonder how many apples an apple tree produces per season. We'd have to look that all up or whatever.
But we have to use blood to keep it going.
No, it keeps going. You don't have to continue feeding it blood. The blood just kind of revives it, and then the sunlight seems to sustain it.
Okay. I'll talk to Antonio first about it. Let him know, since me and him are the two people.
Sorry, what'd you say, Mark?
Is it still in the pot? It's just a small tree in a pot?
No, he had to plant it.
No, he planted it in the ground. Yeah, he planted it in the ground.
But where did he plant it at?
Out back of the house, I think, right? Near the woods.
Told everybody to stay away from it because it's an experiment he's doing.
I'm just saying if it's going to be a permanent thing, maybe we could build a fence around the backyard to keep people out of it.
Yeah, if you guys want to build a fence, I will help you guys. I've been helping farmers do chores, so I'm pretty sure I picked up some skills.
Okay. Well, after I've told Antonio and we've had a little discussion, I'm sure a little bit about it. So I'll tell you the rest of you guys what it's got.
Well,
it makes you feel
I
full.
would be careful of that. I mean, kudos on your guts for eating something locked away in a basement of a church marked forbidden. But who knows what long-term effects this might have.
It's been over a day now that I've eaten from it, and I wasn't hungry the full day. But I understand what you're saying. Maybe different people have different effects. Watch
Could
me.
be.
I won't eat any more of it for a week or whatever, and see what happens to me, and then you guys will know from there. Have some idea.
Sure, that sounds good.
So I'll tell everybody, don't mess with the tree for a while. Let me experiment on it.
I leave it in your capable hands.
So it's not quite mature, but it grows quickly. By the time the couple months have passed, it's grown into a full mature apple tree. And it produces, let's just say, about 225 pounds of apples a year.
Wow.
Roughly 8 months of the year, it's producing fruit. It wouldn't produce fruit over the worst part of
How
winter. I
long does
suppose.
one of the fruits last after it's removed from the tree?
Fuck, man, I don't know.
Just like a regular fruit would?
Yeah.
It doesn't just like after a day immediately rot away into
No,
sludge.
not like the gray fruit that weirdo ate. Gosh.
Right.
So if we took the apples and do you have to eat them raw for get the benefits of a day's ration, or should you mix it with some kind of apple bread or apple pie with it?
Well, the problem is you have to eat a whole apple. One apple equals 1 day's rations.
Right. Okay.
So if you're gonna start making it into pies and stuff, yeah, it's
How
gonna
about
be
preserves?
tricky.
If we preserve the apples, would it be still of a benefit? If we experiment with that, does it do the same thing?
You're gonna have to eat a whole lot of apple preserves, but yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I meant you just preserve the apple, where we can keep it long term instead of having it die, and then eat that if we want to get supplies when we're going somewhere for rations. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point. You'd be making these golden apple preserves that. Well, how many jars would you get out of one apple?
I don't know. I just figured taking an apple and preserving the whole apple, and when it's ready, pop it open.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know much about that kind of stuff.
Neither do I. But yeah, you could definitely be making loads of it.
Yeah, we got kind of a business now, actually, if we wanted to. We got some really good rations.
I did find a recipe for apple preserves, like spiced apple preserves. It calls for like 3 pounds of apples. And let's see here. Which makes about 1.5 cups servings. Doesn't say.
Okay, no worries.
And also, a single tree can produce up to 500 apples in a season.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, about
count
200, up to 225 pounds or so. Actually, it says 150 to 300 pounds, but yeah.
Probably during the whole winter and after fall, it's gonna not produce until spring or later. So
right.
Yeah, we could save those for rations we need during that time period.
You harvest apples in the fall. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There you go. We can just get it. We can get a barrel. if these apples aren't going to like turn you into like some, slavering, raving maniac or something, we can preserve them in honey for the winter. I mean, that's the simplest
Good.
preserve. You just need to
Good.
buy honey.
Okay.
Sounds
Pop the
tasty.
whole apple into, the apples in there and just pour in a whole shitload of honey out in them.
Yeah. Well, it's been 2 months since he ate the apple because he
Honey
said it
lasts
took up
forever.
much for the tree. So I guess nothing's happened to me that you guys can tell
Nope.
anyway.
Nope.
All right. I don't want to eat the apples, but
Also, during
I'm
this
also
2 months, I want to start writing my notes on my new religion in my book that I bought. And I guess the other book will be my new spell book.
Yeah.
Spellbook is a specially prepared book. It's a little more expensive
That's
than a
true,
regular
yeah.
one. It's
Actually, you're gonna
100
need to buy
silver
one.
pieces.
Spell
Yeah.
book.
It's 100 silver
Teach me,
pieces.
master. Teach me the ways.
Indeed. We'll spend that time while we're learning languages and waiting for equipment. I will be teaching my new apprentice.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
to start
he-
spending.
We
most
already
of
rolled
my
his
time-
spells.
I'll be up Antonio's ass most of the time, following him around
Oh yeah.
because
I
my
don't know.
whole
Your
life has
charisma's kind of
changed.
low for me.
Well, I mean,
A keyed.
you don't have to like it.
Boy, Medina's gonna wake up from this 2-month bender and be like, "What the fuck happened to you, Sullivan Jack?"
Right?
I follow the frog now. Frog master.
And
That floating disc bell is pretty cool.
I eventually want to get enough money to do the whole farm thing. How much would an estimate be that I need to save up to start all that up?
Oh yeah. What all do you want to start up exactly? Say again.
Well, my main thing right now, I guess, would be like a farm where we can stable our stuff, like a livestock thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that way we don't have to keep paying people to stable our horses and all that shit, and we can just have livestock, and then eventually I can pay somebody to, like sell our eggs and our horses and take care of shit, but we still get money out of it.
Holy crow. I just thought of a nasty combo. So if I am able to cast haste, so I can affect one person per level. It lasts 1 round per level. It allows you to take double actions. So say we have our fighter in the midst of a group of combat.
With
Army of,
heroism.
and you have Army of 1 cast on them, and then haste. They can attack twice per round. So they can attack every creature within reach twice per round.
Nice.
Can that stack with heroism too?
Yeah, because it doesn't. Does heroism? What does heroism do? It just makes you stronger. Or does it is like a haste? Is it a haste effect?
I'll tell you in a second. Let's see, heroism.
It doesn't stack with other hastes.
It says this post grants the subject 1d4 levels worth of hit points
Oh yeah,
and saving throws, and for fighters, attack bonus.
yeah. So yeah, that's gross.
Yep.
You can turn a fighter into just a
We can turn
blender
Cole
of death.
into a fucking murder machine, into a Terminator.
Sounds pretty awesome to me. You have a
Right?
fighter.
Yeah,
Okay.
haste is awesome.
Did you hear the spells that your apprentice learned for his own spell book?
No, I had stepped away. I heard read magic, which is automatic. I heard magic, missile, and identify, but I didn't hear the other two.
What were the other two? Suggestion, was it? No.
Shield
Something
and message.
Shield and message. That's what it
Shield?
was, yeah.
Shield and message. Interesting. Shield. Well, I have 1, 2, 3.
Oh, how much is the spell book going to cost?
It's 100 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Spell book?
Yep, 100.
All right.
You probably want to chip in on. Oh no, you bought ink. Never mind. Yeah, you bought your own ink.
I have 10 more first level spells that you could add to your book potentially.
Oh, okay.
It takes 10 silver pieces per day to copy it. You would need read magic, of course. which you have.
which he has.
Hmm
Isn't it random how many days it ends up being?
Not for copying. It's 1 day per level, I imagine. I think it's like a 3rd level spell would take you 3 days to do.
Okay, how many?
But you only have 1st level spells.
Right. So how many first level spells do you got?
10, he said.
I got.
So,
Well, I have a lot more than 10, but you know a couple of them already, and one I don't know if I want to let you know that I know, which is summon.
He's got one hidden spell, one built spell he forbids you to look at.
and I know that.
You probably know if he has a spell book that he won't let you go near or something, you know? Yeah, something.
Right. I mean, let's see here. So I marked all the ones that were in the Malleus, didn't I?
It's like 10 spells would take 10 days.
Yeah. So,
100 silver.
right. 100
All right.
silver. And materials like ink and whatnot.
All right, I'll spend another 100 silver.
I'll type those out in chat for you.
All right, cool.
So it's only 9 spells because I'm not gonna tell you summon
Yeah.
until maybe later.
Whatever you think is best, master.
yes, I like this.
So Sullivan Jack wields the Spear of Longinus and turns chaotic. Shunned by God, he turns his loyalty to Satan and becomes a 1st level magic user. You son of a bitch. It's awesome. Cool.
So, Klaus, you were talking about helping building a fence. Maybe
Yeah,
we
you
should
wanted-
build this.
You wanted to
Yeah.
build a stable or something, right?
Well, we're going to build a fence around the place, like to keep people from coming in for the apple tree and
Yeah, like
Just-
a courtyard so we
yeah.
can have
well,
private.
just around the whole house and a little bit of the backyard and a little bit of a front yard to have a gate on it where we have some bells that ring when somebody comes up the
right.
pathway.
We're not
That
going
kind
to
of
work
thing.
that out right now. That's something in progress, we'll say, because I'm going to need a diagram. I need to be able to calculate space and work and labor and all that.
Okay,
Um,
no problem.
yeah, so when you can come up with something like that, anyway, let me know. And then,
Then we'll eventually go to this. We need to do our own stable too, or at least a
right,
corral.
that'll be building a whole new building, and yeah, for sure. Probably hiring some people to run it. Yep, that's all stuff we can work on though. We can work on it right now, can't we? We're only an hour and 40 odd minutes in, so
It was 10 spells actually.
yeah.
Alright.
You said 10 before.
I thought that was including summon.
Oh, was it? Okay, cool. I just remember you said 10 and you sounded pretty confident, and then all of a sudden, when I said 10, you were like, "Oh wait, is it 10?"
Right, because I was thinking, oh yeah, I thought I had included summon in there.
All right.
But no, I had skipped it. Never mind. Blah blah blah.
So how big is the yard? How much area are you looking to fence in here?
Well, a little bit of a yard from the front and back, and maybe a little on each side.
Basically, I need dimensions. I need
Yeah, I don't.
length and width.
Yeah, probably. Let's go say on the sides, maybe 10 feet out from the wall. It should be kind of narrow on each side of the building. I mean, I don't know if you mean the side, but I mean the right and left of the building.
Right, and don't forget that whole part library, basement, laboratory. That's below ground, below the kitchen and the
that's
common
right.
room.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that too.
Right.
Yeah. So
Now-
we went.
Right.
So we went out, let's say 12 feet. We just go 12 feet out on each of those sides, and then the front and back maybe go out 15, 20 feet, to give us some yard room if we want to go out and cook or whatever we want to do outside. And gives us a little
Suppose we
yard.
could have our handyman install a back door,
Yeah.
because that's not in the
good idea.
current build.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good.
You could indeed, yep. So let me think here. If I'm calculating this right, your house is about 100 feet one side, and what would the other one be? 80 feet the other way, yeah? Yeah. And so how far beyond that are you looking to go? Again, I apologize. I was trying to calculate.
I would think. I mean, this is just my idea. It's just maybe like 12 feet on each end. From right to left on the diagram. 12 feet out on the right and the left, and then the front and the back maybe go 15 feet, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. Maybe in the back, maybe 20
This
feet.
is just the fence around the house. So
Pardon? Yeah.
you're saying about 12 feet on each side. We'll say 10 feet on each side to keep it simple.
Okay.
So that's an extra 20 feet. So it's 120 feet that way. Okay. And then the other way was 80 feet. And you want to go, what, another 15 feet or so each direction? Or
Away from the
just
away from the house. Yeah.
or
At
just
least
out the
15.
back?
Probably 20 in the back, and then whatever's available in the front. I don't know how close it is to the road or whatever. So,
Maybe
you know,
10 on the front and 20 on the back.
yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
So 10 plus 20, that's 30 feet added on to 80. So 110. Okay, now when we were doing costs before for building, right? Let me find the fucking page for it. Would that be under? Whoa, what happened? Here we go. There were rules about property and stuff. I'm just looking for that section. Retainers, property and finance. Here we go. Okay, it's not there. Where the fuck was it? What section was that on? It was under the buying equipment, wasn't it? Just trying to find the goddamn rules again all of a sudden. Like, okay. Whoa, where did I end up? I'm in the totally wrong section. Here you go, equipment list is what I'm looking for. To buy instead of rent is 100 times the listed monthly rental price. Right. So if a month per 10-foot square, now I've got 11 basically, so 22. The other one is 24, so we're looking at 46 or 46 10-foot squares. 46 of those times 15. Fucking math. Thanks, Rob. Times 15 equals that. Then times 100. Whoa, that was, oh, that's right, that was for stone. But you're going to get a wooden fence, right?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you guys?
Am I doing this right? I guess I'm doing this right. Yeah, we're looking at a cost of, no, that can't be right. Yeah, it's too much, but this is just a fence. This, you're not building full walls and supports and all that. All right, I'll let you get that whole fence built up for about 6,900 silver pieces.
Yeah, present it to everybody if they
It's
want to.
138 gold pieces.
Is it worth it to everybody to have that for that price?
So it's you, Klaus, and Antonio that own the place.
The
Yeah.
more privacy we have, the better. That's my vote.
No, it's not a full like enclosed fence. I don't think. I think it's like a picket type fence or something. Like you'd see around a yard, not like a enclosure.
Still is a little more privacy, I would believe.
Yeah, keep people from walking up to us without us knowing. Without them climbing the fence or ringing the bells on the gate when they open it up. But it's up to you guys. I mean, that was just a suggestion.
I don't have a problem with it. I'd be willing to help pay for it too. Plus, I'll help build it.
What about you, Antonio?
I'm fine with all that.
Okay, it's 46 gold pieces each.
Holy cow! For all that work?
Yep.
Well, we're gonna build the fence. Is that counting the building of the fence that you included, or was
But
that
you're
just
gonna
the?
build it yourselves?
Yeah, me and
God.
Foss, we're gonna try to do it.
Oh,
Ugh.
in that case,
You sure you don't want a professional to do it?
I don't know. Klaus has been working with farmers, and he said he's been doing some fences. So it's up to you guys. I'll do whatever you think is best. I'm not one way or the other. If we want a nice fence and have him do it without us having to sweat it out, then that's fine too.
all right, it'll cost you 23 gold pieces each. Now,
Yep.
Klaus. Whoa, what was that?
Sorry, I'm
Good
trying to
stuff.
share this thing into the another chat of ours.
Klaus, you're the one who worked on a farm. You're the one supposed to know how to build this thing, right?
Yeah.
What's your wisdom?
16.
Okay, roll it.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Where the hell is shit? I got a 19.
Okay, you guys spend the 23 gold pieces getting all the right, nails and the boards are the right size and the pieces to put between and all that. It's all measured. It's all got to be pretty much shaped before it gets to you to try to build. So you guys begin building. I would like an intelligence roll from Cole, please.
Okay. Get the dice roller up here, and he rolled an 11, and I think that's pretty much what his intelligence is, a 10. No, he didn't make it
Okay.
either.
Yep. So you don't realize that the fence that he's trying to teach you how to build is fucked up and wonky. And by the time it's pretty much done, you guys realize it's like lopsided. It doesn't doesn't look right. It's not very sturdy. You've got a shitty wooden fence built around your property, but you built it yourselves.
Maybe we're proud of it. Maybe we're too stupid to know that it's bad.
Maybe you are.
If it's that horrible, I think I'll eventually pay somebody to come and take care of it.
Don't we have a
Okay.
handyman that could help? What do we pay him for?
You do have a handyman.
Where the hell's he been? Sitting on his ass this whole time.
All right. He'll join in then.
Stopping by now and then and laughing at you guys, as I am doing.
So after they build the fence, they spend about a month building the fence around the house. The handyman comes and just listen, let me show you how to do that right. And has to kind of redo a lot of it. So it costs you guys another 23 gold pieces each.
So total gold,
So moral of the
46
story,
46. Okay.
Klaus doesn't build anything anymore.
Klaus doesn't build fences.
Well, now we should know how to do it. So next time we watch him and help him do it. So
Oh, sure.
we should have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure
Let's
it'll
go
be
build
that
a
easy.
let's go build a corral next, huh?
Okay, fence built around the house, wooden, extends 10 feet north, 20 feet south, and what did we say it was? 10 feet each east and west, right?
Yeah. So that's 46 from each of us gold, right?
Yep, that's
Three of
right.
us.
From the three of you. The three of you that actually own the house. Okay. Was there anything else? Build a fence. We learned some languages. Had an alignment shift. Somebody like was forsaken by their god and turned to the Dark Lord instead, and is learning all kinds of new diabolical skills from his good buddy Antonio.
Yes, yes. Spread the chaos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, you get your laboratory built. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now we're up to June. What did I say it was? June 20th,
June.
1633. No more signs of Sir Uravalon Calcidius.
Thank goodness.
Also, no signs of Hobbs either.
Thank goodness. No, I get it. Or do I?
Tall Frederick would try to catch you at some point, Sullivan Jack. I think it was, who was it that had kind of befriended Frederick? Somebody did, didn't they? No? The blacksmith's apprentice?
Medina, maybe.
Oh, God. Why does
Somebody.
Medina do all this shit? And he's never here.
I never
Well,
talked to them
he's
until I
got
got.
everybody in town knows you guys now. Anyway, everybody knows you pretty well. I mean, they're getting a lot of business off of you. So Tall Frederick will come to you, Sullivan, one night in the. You still go to the inn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to keep in touch with the people.
Yes.
So Frederick comes to you. Excuse me, sir.
What
Was
is it,
wondering if
boy?
you could kind of help me out a little bit
With what?
with Gail.
What?
Gail, you
What do
know.
you mean help you out?
He nods his head. You see, she's kind of limping around, serving everybody drinks and smiling.
Help you out how?
Well, I think I love her, sir, and I want her to be my girl, but I know she spent some time with that stable boy Randy.
What exactly are you asking me?
Well, you're a famous adventurer. Girls all like you. I've seen Gail look at you too.
That's right.
Maybe you could teach me what I got to do to win her over. What would you do?
What would I do?
He leans in real close, and you can smell the ale on his breath. He says, You'd murder Randall, wouldn't you?"
Yes, I would. And let her know that you did it for her. Actually, I don't suggest that, boy. You're going to get
Oh.
yourself killed.
Yeah, I don't know. I've known
I
Randall a
mean,
long time too. I don't think I just want to kill one of my old friends.
well, then why'd you say that? Maybe I should turn you into the priest.
Well, I just thought I was just messing around, but you seem to
Oh,
take it so seriously.
messing around, huh? Well, I would suggest, there's other women, but it's a small town, so maybe there aren't.
Not around here, man. Have you seen? Most of the other women are heifers.
Maybe you can share the girl with your friend.
Isn't that like perverse?
I don't know. Is it? Otherwise, then you have to
But you're
beat your friend. You
you're
have to.
you're a priest, not me.
I'm not a priest,
Not
boy.
priest. What are you?
A miracle worker, what you want to call me. I was once a priest, but this has nothing to do with that. This is you and your friend are fighting over a girl. I don't know why you're asking me about this. Go whip his ass and take her. If you can. May the best man win.
He orders 2 more beers, one for him, one for you.
And
Gail
let me
brings him
know
over, smiles, and slaps him down, and he immediately picks his up and starts chugging it down.
what's up, Gail. How's it going?
Oh, hi, Jack. Where are your friends today? Off on another adventure? Did they leave you behind?
No, they're just around. So, which one of these dudes do you like better?
What? And Frederick immediately like turns pale white, looks at you, and he gets up and starts walking across the bar, walking across the room. What? What do you mean?
You know that guy likes you.
She looks over at Frederick, who walks right over to the table where Randy's sitting there with a bunch of those ruffians, kind of laughing and drinking. And he walks right up and he clocks Randall across the face and knocks him out of his chair.
Oh shit.
And Gail goes, "Oh." And then the 5 brigands that were sitting at the table all kind of stand up. Let me see how they are armed. Do they draw weapons? They might not draw weapons anyway, despite being armed. Oops, I've gone not far enough. Brigands. Ruffians. Sorry, not brigands. Ruffians. They all have leather armor. They all have various melee weapons. Yeah, like clubs, daggers, axes. But yeah, they all kind of like jump up and they start shouting. And one of them clasps Randall on the back, or not Randall, sorry, the one who punched him, Tall Frederick on the back, and kind of pushes him towards Randall, who Randall like stands up and just throws an uppercut and cracks him in the jaw, and they start fighting right in the middle, and all these guys start standing around them shouting, hooting, hollering, and making bets. Beauserd is completely distraught behind the bar, like, what's going on? And he looks at you, and Gail looks at you, says, Jack, what are you going to do about this?
What do I have to do about it? What do you mean?
Someone's
There's
going to
two
get
boys
hurt.
fighting. You ain't
Someone's
throw
going
them
to get
outside.
hurt. And you see,
That's what
like
happens when we
the
get
boys are kind of struggling, and the ruffians get kind of boisterous, and they like slam down their empty flagons on the ground, and they grab a couple of tables and start spreading them out, knock one over, spilling a couple of drinks.
All right, I'll pull my gun out and I'll say, "Hey, take it outside, guys."
And you see Randall is like in full mount on top of Frederick, just like punching him in the face, and he's ignoring you. He keeps punching Frederick, and Frederick's all bloodied and
Fire,
battered, and
fire the gun into the ceiling.
everything stops. Several
Take it
people.
outside, you ruffians, you scallywags, or whatever, you dirty bastards.
And the 5 ruffians all kind of pull up. They pull Randall off of Frederick and kind of pushing him towards the door. And 2 of them kind of scoop Frederick up, one under each arm, and start kind of dragging him towards the door as well. And he's like barely conscious. He's like frothing blood at the mouth and blood running out of his nose, and his eyes are all like black and blue, and he doesn't look too well as they're dragging him out.
I look at Gail and say, "You could have avoided all this."
What did I have to do with it? You were the one who was talking to him before he went over and
All
did
you had
that.
to do was tell them which one you wanted so they wouldn't be fighting each other.
I didn't even know what you're talking about until you threw the first punch.
Oh, give me a break. These 2 guys got googly eyes for you. You know they do.
Jack.
You just can't
Jack.
letting them.
She leans down. She says, "Look around this place. Every guy in this town has the hots for me."
Yeah, fair enough.
You've changed, Jack. And she gets up and she frowns at you and she turns and stomps away towards the bar.
Life has changed. It's not always for the better. Yeah, I used to be, full of faith and hope, and now over the last 2 months, I just don't have that anymore.
Beauserd comes uncharacteristically out from behind
I'm
the
pretty
bar
depressed about it.
and walks over to your table. He says, "Excuse me, sir, but can you go outside and check on them? I'm afraid they might murder that poor boy."
Yeah, I'll handle it.
"I have a mess to clean up." Gail?
I go out there and make sure the boy's still alive.
You find them all sitting out in the mud, passing around a couple of flasks and like laughing and joking and sharing a bro moment in the kind of in the rain and the slight mud.
All right, I'll just stand there and give them a nod. Looks like you guys
They
worked it
nod to
out.
you as well, and like one of the brigands offers you the flask. Brigands, ruffians. I keep calling them brigands. One of these ruffians, they're like mercenaries, offers you the
Yeah.
flask and says, "Sorry, we got a little out of hand inside there. We got a little excited. Haven't seen any real action in a while."
I'll take a swig out and say, yeah, just you don't need to bust up Bassard's place there, man. Otherwise, I don't care what y'all do.
Well, the boys seem to have settled it between them anyway.
Good. Coming to me with this petty concerns and girl troubles.
Obviously, the wrong person.
I mean, look at me. I got to pay for it. I never had to worry about it before. I don't know. Maybe I'm like some virgin.
That's funny. Okay, and that'll be big news around the village for a while about the bar fight that broke out when Frederick challenged Randall for the right to court Gale, and Randall whooped his ass. Um,
And this
pretty
time, I don't
pretty
offer to
one-sidedly and convincingly, and so he wins the right to court Gale. But give me a wisdom roll, because you've been hanging around town for a couple of months. Give me a wisdom roll there, Jack. And if anybody else hangs out around the inn, they can make the same roll.
I rolled a 20.
Hmm.
Well, that's a big fat failure.
Yep.
I rolled an 11, which
I got
is
a 2.
exact. Oh, I rolled an 11. That's exactly my wisdom.
How did you do, Klaus?
2.
2. Okay. Klaus and Tony, you guys probably joke about it over a beer at some point in time. You realize as much as Randall keeps on flirting with Gale and as much as Frederick keeps getting jealous watching it happen but keeps his mouth shut, Gale doesn't really have any interest in either one of the boys. Not any serious interest. She flirts with everyone, male and female alike, because, she likes to get tips and looks after her customers. And she always
That's
likes
it.
to, she
She's in love with Jack.
pulls stories and stuff from them. She actually doesn't talk to Jack again. She ignores him. If he's looking for drinks, he'll have to order his drinks from Bassard.
No, that's a little bit. That's a little bit extreme there.
Until you apologize to her.
Well, I'll apologize to her.
Okay.
Gail.
How does that go? What is it,
Gail,
Jack?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Jeez, you almost got poor Frederick killed.
I just told the boy to go settle it with his friend. 2 boys slugging it out.
Over me. Thanks, Jack.
They're in love with you. I don't know what to tell you, but I apologize to you for blaming you about it.
Maybe you shouldn't tell me anything. Maybe you should tell them something.
You want me to apologize to them?
No, Jack. Jesus, you're so thick. Fine, I'll get you a glass of wine or whatever the hell it is you drink. What does he drink? Beer?
Sure.
Okay.
I just want to be friends again.
You drink beer, she brings you a glass of wine.
Say things that sound outrageously flirtatious in Italian, but now that some more folks can speak it, realize it's just mundane things like, I hope your shoes aren't too tight today.
There is only one person who comes by the inn every once in a while, who those of you who succeeded on your wisdom rolls, being Klaus and Antonio, believe that Gale has any interest in whatsoever. And her name is Yolanda the Red. You remember Yolanda? I think you met her before.
Oh, she's a minstrel.
Exactly.
I enjoy speaking with her.
Flame red hair, melodious voice, penchant for dressing in men's clothing.
She's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy her company.
She provides both entertainment and news. So usually whenever she's in town, there are double the people in the inn.
Mm-hmm.
But she only comes through maybe a few times a month.
That's fine. I'm always there when she's there. Ready for chatting and drinking and news.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you've noticed that when Gail flirts with Yolanda, um, she's not playing.
Wonderful.
Randy and Fred don't get it at all.
Yeah, I tell them, boys, you're out of luck.
And pretty much Tall Frederick, the blacksmith's apprentice, has become the stable boy's bitch because, ever since Randy whooped his ass, Frederick tends to kind of,
And isn't
know.
Frederick like the tall kid in town?
yeah, he is. He's the tall
Couldn't
kid.
take that from him.
But the stable boy apparently is tougher, a better fighter. Maybe he just was less drunk that day.
Yeah, and the stable boy takes care of our horses.
But a
so I don't mind.
hierarchy has been established, at least between them.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Oh, and the
That's quite
iron
sad,
framed
too.
mirror in your library comes to life and turns into a metallic, dragon-shaped thing and sets your entire basement on fire.
Awesome.
No, I'm just kidding.
Buy all the books.
It actually does nothing. The frame doesn't change. The glass shards, nothing happens with them.
Yeah, I
You
would have
do any
done
kind of
detect
studying on
magic
them,
on
detecting magic?
them.
There's none.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay.
There's none.
Well, maybe someday I'll order new glass for the mirror.
Now, the mirror, whatever its value was, I hadn't determined the exact amount, but it's probably in the thousands of silver pieces. 90% of its value was the glass.
Right.
So
Now,
it's now
probably really good glass.
It's now worth about a tenth of whatever it was worth before.
Well, I will find the largest pieces of that glass, something that a craftsman could craft into a hand mirror.
Oh.
I didn't
Interesting.
think about it before you broke it, but back when I was a cleric, I had the spell augury prepared, which would have told us whether it was good or bad action to take.
Ah,
I didn't think about it before you broke it.
yeah, I wasn't taking any chances.
That's fair.
But yeah, now that we know that's not magical, I'm sure there's at least 2, maybe 3 large enough pieces that could be carved into a hand mirror.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to try to find a craftsman? Your
I
good
do.
friend Medina has hardly left Boston. You haven't seen him in a couple of months.
Yeah, I do want to do that. I could take a trip over to Boston for that. Not that far.
A craftsman. Let us see here. We'll go down to the section on retainers. Craftsman. Ooh. Okay. Now. Right. Yeah, you can find a craftsman for sure.
Excellent.
And actually, you probably don't want to hire him on a long-term basis. You just want to have him craft for your mirrors, right?
Exactly. I want to get 3 hand mirrors.
3 glass hand mirrors. And you're providing the glass.
I am.
Mirror. This mirror glass is normally 15 silver pieces. But really, you just need the frame. And you're providing glass. Of course, he has to shape it and put it into there. It'll end up costing you 5. You'll get 3 glass mirrors for 15 silver pieces.
15 silver pieces. I'll give them a whole gold. Because I want them to be nice.
Well, you now have a good friend in Boston.
Excellent.
The glass
Wonderful.
man, whatever the fuck he is.
Sure. Like a silversmith or a goldsmith or something like that. Precious metal smith, I imagine.
Okay, cool.
Jeweler. There we go. Let's call him a jeweler. That's probably who would be making that kind of thing. Excellent. So let's see. I have 3 people I want to give these to.
Oh, they're not. None of them are for you.
I'll say 2 people I want to give them to.
Okay.
Then.
Who?
I will keep one for myself. Yeah. No, I'm going to give them all away. I'm going to give one to, let's see here. Hold on, let me bring up that character list again. Where are we at here? So Dorothy is the wife of the innkeeper, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna give her one.
Okay.
I'll give one to Gail,
Okay.
and I'll give one to Violet.
Oh, Violet, not Yolanda. I changed the name. That's right. Sorry. Fuck, I forgot the name.
All right.
You're right. That's who I was saying when I said Yolanda. I meant.
When you said the red, I just went with it because I had just read her
Yeah,
name.
the original name in the book was Yolante or something like that, but it's supposed to take place in like Germany or somewhere. So
Got it.
I went with Violet. Violet the Red because it's a weird name. Yes.
Right. Violet. That's funny. I didn't even think of that.
There you go. So you give one to Violet, one to Gail, and one to Dorothy. Very nice.
Mhm.
They're all very grateful. It's very kind of you.
Well, for Dorothy, because she let me stay in their room, the good room, for months while our
Mhm.
house was being built.
Hmm.
One to Gail for teasing her for months and months. One to
Okay.
Violet because I enjoy her company.
Awesome. All
There
right.
you go.
Anything else that we want to take care of here at home? Or do we want to do another little fast forward through time? Oh, we don't want to do that to poor Josh, do we? Make him miss out on more months. Maybe we should just stop it here before it gets interesting again. So that next session, hopefully, Medina will be back if he survives his 2-month drunken bender in Boston. Yeah. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
That's good.
Cool.
I think
And
there's
then we'll
nothing
do this
else.
again in a week, which would be the 13th, 14th.
Excellent.
And yeah, excellent. I'll stop the recording there then. Oh, no, experience points first. So you dealt with the gift. You also, expanded your character's knowledge base as you all like learning different languages and things off each other and stuff, messing about there. So overall, I'm going to give you guys another 500 experience points each.
Excellent.
And I was reduced to 0 as a first level.
Oh, yeah, just starting over on the experience point thing. So, the 4th level cleric thing is locked in, but you no longer get the spells.
Any
But saving
any
throws, you can
extra?
take whichever's better. The 4th level cleric is probably better than the 1st level magic user in most cases. But yeah, what did you want to say, Rob?
I didn't mean to interrupt. I thought you were
No,
talking.
that's okay.
Any extra experience for the tree and eating the fruit and anything like that,
No,
or is
you
it
know what?
just not enough?
Actually, go ahead. Everybody can have, because you guys were pretty clever. I'll give everybody an extra. We'll make it 1,000 even. So double your XP.
Cool.
Because yeah, you did do some cool entrepreneurial stuff as well there. Of course, Medina gets none because he's been off drinking in Boston for a couple of months because they won't serve him anymore in Nansbeck. Makes sense, right?
But he may get experience out of his drunken binge.
Oh shit! I
That's
leveled
true.
up.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm level 6 now.
Very cool. I got
Nice.
about.
The
I
only
got a
cleric
couple.
left in the party. Sorry, what'd you get? You got a little ways to go yet, yeah?
Yeah, I got
It's
to
a long
get
climb to level
another.
7.
Yeah, I'm at 50,000 now. I need 72,000.
Cool.
Oh,
What about you,
20
Jack? You're like
ish to
halfway or
go.
something to the next level, or?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Am I still on the cleric experience or am I a
No,
magic user
your magic user
experience?
experience starting at
Okay,
0.
so I'm all magic user now
You're
from
all
now
magic
on.
user now, starting at 0
Okay,
again,
yeah, then
and you're up to
I'm a
1,000.
little less than half. I need 2250.
Okay, cool. Well, we know where everybody's at anyway. Cole's got a long ways to go too to get to level 7, if I recall. So, all right, cool. Thanks for playing, guys. And
Absolutely.
next week maybe we'll get into a proper adventure, not just faffing about town, taking care. But that's important stuff to do too. So,
Yep.